is what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. Pierce now up the middle. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well defended right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Mills now. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A officially it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Open man there, it's Collins, complete. Touchdown! Nico Collins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 16. From the shotgun, Lawrence, he'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Jaguars at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Hey, Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Texans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw. A
first down throw for Mills. And it's It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Pierce. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Mills to throw it. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mills. And this pass broken up. Contact right on time there. And now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, exit. Check.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On play action, Lawrence fights it, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That's returnable now for Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up being complete.
Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Fourth down, Mills. That's complete. It's Collins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Second and 5 now. Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Hey, orbit.
Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On first down, Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence again. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on third down. Rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Pierce gets this one running right. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Dameon Pierce is such a fun guy to watch as a runner. He can make a guy miss 1 second and then power through a defender the next. Never had a 100-yard game while in Florida, but I expect more than a handful here in the NFL.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Throwing, Mills. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Andrew Wingard. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Mills. Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And now we're getting a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. To throw again on second down. Mills. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
He's got it to Collins, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Once more, it's Pierce. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run with Pierce. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now fourth down and goal. 3 straight runs now, and that defense is held.
Yeah, we often talk about how the low man wins, right? Who wins leverage at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just that leverage. It's leverage with power. Who takes the line of scrimmage and moves it one way or the other? Right now, I can imagine the defense yelling at the offense, hey, guys, if I were you, I'd kick it. You're not getting in.
Now Mills on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. An incompletion there on fourth and goal from the 3. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start. And now this is going to wind up a safety. Oh, what a disaster that turned out to be. So they try the lateral, disaster ensues. Yeah, and it's a safety. You got to be more careful with the ball near the end zone, right?
So much for situational football and understanding where you are on the field. A lateral in that spot? That I don't understand.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Mills now. That's underneath to Pierce. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. To throw, Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. And that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the third quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
The Jaguars take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. ETN up the middle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Oh, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Let's go. 2nd down and 8. Quickly out wide to Mechie. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Run for Pierce out of the gun, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Steven Nelson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Again, it's Pierce. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying. And my goodness, another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Murray. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 9 now from the 21. They go play action with Lawrence. Man open, here's Jones. And he'll get this one way out just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On play action, Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On the counter, ETN. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A final shot now for Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He's got room at the 30, down to the 10, and a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these